What's up, Guiding Bolt fans? This is Nick, and today we're going to be discussing 5 items that could just save your life. Well, not your life, but your PC's life, which is arguably just as important. Now, as we all know, traveling through the Underdark is not just a stroll through the park. Death is literally all around you. Literally. Floor, ceiling, walls, everything wants you dead. So how exactly does one survive in such a harsh environment? The answer to that question is preparation and a lot of luck. Your PCs will have to pray to Tymora for the luck piece, and I'll give it a good college try to prepare you. Let's go ahead and get started. First up on the list is the breathing hood. These hoods are typically crafted from the flexible hide of a lizard or large snake. It covers the entire head of the wearer down to the middle chest and back, creating a tight seal. For the eyes, there are 2 glass lenses set into the front of the hood. Now, some breathing hoods allow the lenses to be swapped out, granting other abilities such as dark vision. Discuss other options with your DM. Connected to the neck are multiple long, flexible breathing tubes made of similar leathery material. They wrap under the arms of the wearer and drag on the ground behind them. The last foot of the tubes is filled with a filter-like material that cleans the air before it reaches the wearer's face. The idea here is the tubes draw in air from the ground level, where the air is typically less contaminated, and then the filters take care of the rest. My son actually, in his school campaign, crafted a pair of these, and he made it out of a drow riding lizard, a deceased one. He didn't kill it just for just for the hide. And then he also had some tentacles that he got off a displacer beast, which I thought was really cool. Use this hood when you're traveling through gaseous chambers or spore-infested caverns. The wearer should either get an advantage on a bonus, or advantage or a bonus to their saving throw versus anything inhaled. Next up, we're going to take a look at 2 items to supplement your climbing kit. Now, it goes without saying that you're going to need a climbing kit when traveling the Underdark. Picture stalagmites, pits, crevices, purple worm tunnels, volcanic tubes, vertical shafts potentially stretching hundreds of feet in either direction, and a buttload of savage monsters. The monsters aren't going to just wait for you to skillfully hammer in your well-placed pythons to escape their grasp. You're going to need something to expedite the process, and that's where the Spyder Kit and stone burners come into play. The Spyder Kit can be acquired at a shop for 110 gold and weighs in at about 5 pounds. The kit includes hand, feet, elbow, and knee pads lined with hundreds of tiny hooks smeared with a sticky substance. It's the DM's call on how he wants to play these. They could provide a plus bonus on climbing checks, allow the player to make the check with advantage, or however else you want to spin it. A nice feature of the Spyder Kit is the pads become stickier when exposed to moisture, so there's no penalties when encountering a slippery surface. In addition to the usefulness, you also look like Dr. Octopus when wearing them. The kit includes a harness with 4 retractable telescoping legs, so 2 on either side, and there's room to wear a backpack. If a successful climb check is made, you can use a bonus action to extend the legs and attach them to the surface you're climbing. This will allow you to regain the use of your hands and arms for other actions like making an attack while hanging from the ceiling or downing a potion. Climbing with the legs extended should also provide a +2 bonus to the check. Now, if you're not lucky enough to have octopus arms fused with your spine, then a good second option is stone burners. These are boot tips and gloves with reinforced points containing a small receptacle for stone burn acid. Applying pressure to the tips releases the acid onto whatever surface they're being pressed against. If applied to stone, they immediately burn a small divot that can be used as a hand or foothold. These are used for quick getaways when there's an army of kobolds or something bigger and nastier on your tail. Since they're not as robust as the Spyder Kit, they should only provide a plus bonus. I usually give it a +2 to the climb check. I really want a pair of these when I'm fighting a stone golem. I'm just imagining giving the stone golem a Three Stooges eye poke and blinding it for a round or 2. Thankfully, you've made it over the ledge, leaving the army of kobolds many feet below. You're just about to rifle through your backpack and pull out a much-needed healing potion when you hear the sound of leathery wings flapping in the air. Glancing over the ledge, you see kobolds unfold their wings and leap into the air in pursuit, and just like that, you're on the move again. In times like this, the next item can be a literal lifesaver. The 4th item on the list is called a potion bladder. Just imagine a fantasy world camel pack, and that's exactly how the potion bladder functions. These are typically crafted from the thin rubbery organs of cloakers and lurkers, and then slung over the shoulder and worn on the upper back. They're small enough that they don't interfere with a backpack, and they can be worn under armor for concealability. A long tube runs from the bladder under the wearer's collar and it ends just under the chin. A potion bladder can hold a single dose of any potion. A small valve in the bladder prevents it from leaking unless suction is placed on one end of the straw-like tube. Depending on how generous I feel, I may, or how many beers I've had, I'll either let the players use this as a bonus action or even as part of their move action. Even though you'll spend a good chunk of your time running and fighting through the Underdark, there will still be times when a more subtler approach is needed. For just those occasions, the Mister is the perfect tool. This is a small metal handheld device that contains a single dose of poison or potion. As an action, it can be used to deliver a dose to a single target within 5 feet. The target makes a moderate difficulty DC save or is affected by the mist. The DM can pick the saving throw ability used based on the contents of the Mister. Using the Mister does not provoke an attack of opportunity, and it can also be discharged without notice as long as the sleight of hands check is high enough. You can use the Mister on yourself or a willing or disabled subject without making a save. Unfortunately, these items alone won't guarantee your survival in the Underdark. However, they should at least make the trip a little less deadly. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll get a notification when new videos come out. If you found the video helpful or entertaining, please also consider giving it a like or even leaving a comment. We would love to hear about your Underdark adventures and the gear that you used to survive the trip. And ta-ta for now.